Therefore, we should know that our aim of life should be to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should make every arrangement, social, political, philosophical, or religious, but the aim should be to approach the Supreme Person. So, see, it is not said that you just quit your home or you quit your whatever duties or responsibilities you are performing right now. Whatever you are doing, you just keep doing that, but apart from that, you also do something for Krishna. You also do something to invoke your relationship with Krishna. Basically, human form of life has been given us for this purpose only. But then also, if we are not able to dedicate our like 24 hours, which is not possible also, at least at this time, to serve Supreme Personality, but we should dedicate some time. We have been discussing this from so long that there are three main things which one should follow. What are those three things? Chanting 16 rounds, hearing Krishna Katha, and consuming Krishna Prasadam. So, whatever work, job, whatever you are doing, keep doing that, but you should also make sure that you are taking out enough time for your chanting and hearing. I know when Mataji, she is doing job, she is like almost 45 years old now, but still she's working. Okay, that's completely fine. But if you are neglecting your hearing, she's chanting also 7 to 8 rounds, but she was telling me, she was giving me excuse that because I'm doing my job, so I'm not able to take out time for hearing. So this is really dangerous. We should we should whatever we are doing, just keep doing that, but we should spare some time for our hearing and chanting also. Because ultimately, human form of life has been gifted to us to serve Krishna. But if we are not doing that, then that is really not good thing. So we should make every arrangement, whether it is social, political, philosophical, or religious, but the aim should be to approach the Supreme Person. In the Vedas, it is stated that the learned, advanced people, the demigods of the creation, simply look to the lotus feet of Krishna. The aim should be to say the aim should be the same with human civilization. So our eyes should also be towards the lotus feet of Krishna. Without looking to Krishna's lotus feet, all religious, social, or political endeavors will fail. Yes. Actually, the thing is, whatever we are doing, and if we are not putting Krishna in center, then we are actually, whatever we are doing, that is actually waste. This is true. Because if Krishna is not in center, then even you are doing whatever very good deed you are doing, but then also it will become reason of bondage, not bondage, boundage in this material world. So intelligence is that whatever you are doing, you keep connecting Krishna with that. The aim should be the same with the human civilization. So, yes, it is not possible to make progress as long as our desires are anchored in the material world. This is also very interesting point that whatever we are doing in this material world, we are actually not progressing. Whatever skills, material skills we have right now, even though people, you might see people, they are earning so much of money or they are becoming so much talented. Okay, that is okay, but then also that is really not the real progress. Why? Because that will remain with you in this lifetime only. In next birth, whatever skills, qualities you have right now, whatever money you have right now, you will not be getting it So that is really not progress. But whatever you are doing for Krishna, that is real progress. Yes, in this regard, there is a story of a bridegroom's party who had to go to the bride's house down the river. Now, this is very interesting story. Let's see. It was settled that they would start at night by boat and reach the destination early in the morning. So, there's a story of bride and groom. Basically, the groom's party, they had to visit at the house of bride. So they decided that we will start our journey at night. So they were in boat, they started their journey, and they thought that whole night we will be traveling, and in the morning we will be reaching at the bride's house. So therefore at night after supper, the jubilant party got aboard a boat, made themselves comfortable, and instructed the boatmen to start. Since all the members of the party were seated comfortably, and since the river breeze was very pleasant, they slept soundly at that night. In the morning, they all got up early, but to their astonishment, they saw that the boat had not moved an inch toward the destination, even though the boatman had rowed vigorously all night long. So, are you getting what, what has been told in the story? That they decided, the groom's party, they decided that they will start their journey at night and they will travel whole night and then they will reach at the bride's house in the morning. So they started their journey. All all members, they were in the boat and they asked boatmen to start. So that boatman also whole night he was uh, roaring the boat vigorously whole night. He was like working hard that we will reach soon. I will row the boat very very fast so that we may reach at the destination with a great speed. But then also in morning they found that the boat had not moved even an inch. Do you know the reason behind it? Finally, after inquiring, they found that despite the boatsmen rowing, the boat had not moved because they had failed to raise the anchor. So, if you have if you have ever traveled in boat, you will see boat is always there is an anchor. I may show you the photograph of that. I hope this photo is visible. So you will see this is called anchor. So when there is an anchor, then boat will never move. It is a kind of like it just stops boat from moving. So this is anchor. So now those foolish people, that foolish boatman, he was rowing the boat whole night, but he forgot to remove this anchor. So his all the hard work gone vain. So same way with this story, what we should learn, that same way whatever we are doing, whatever material things we are doing in this material world, all our hard works will go vain if we are not doing it for Krishna. The marriage ceremony was thus spoiled because of a foolish mistake. Same way, just because of this foolish mistake of engrossing ourselves more and more in material things will spoil our human form of life. The precious form, this precious time of human form of life will get spoiled just because of this foolish mistake. If anyone is doing lots and lots of hard work for attaining material amenities, and he's not doing anything for Krishna, then he's basically spoiling his whole human form of life. This is really amazing thing, isn't it? Because when we were not into Krishna consciousness, we were also spoiling our human form of life. At least me. I was not doing anything for Krishna. And I was just stressing so much that I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to become successful in life, I want to progress in life. But everything is vain. Today morning, I was thinking about this thing that it is really a lot of anxiety if we are trying to get whatever material things. And that anxiety is of no use actually. We should we should have anxiety to serve Krishna. We should have anxiety that, oh, I have to chant my 16 rounds in morning. We should have anxiety to hear about Krishna, that I can't miss my classes. I will have to hear, for I have to attend the classes. I can't compromise my chanting and hearing. We should have anxiety for Krishna and not for these rubbish material things. So this was really an amazing story which Prabhupada ji quoted here. Moving forward, our present civilization is therefore a mistaken civilization because the mistaken leaders have forgotten to raise the anchor of attachment. Yes, anchor of attachment. Can you really relate with this? That this anchor of attachment is really, it's very heavy. Just like that anchor of boat is very heavy, and it is not allowing to boat to move ahead. That anchor is very heavy. It is really very heavy. That's why it has so much of capacity that it will not allow boat to move ahead until the boatman will remove that anchor. Same way, these attachments from all of these material things will not allow us to progress in our life, to really progress in our life. What is real progress? We just discussed. Real progress is we do something for Krishna. That is real progress. How real progress? Because that will save in our account forever, for eternal time. No one have no any capacity to remove our whatever we did for Krishna, whatever devotional activities we are doing for Krishna. No one have any capacity to delete those whatever piety we are doing for Krishna. So what is intelligence? That we do anything, whatever we are doing, we we put Krishna in center. And okay, like whatever attachments and stuff we have, but if we are serving Krishna, then our attachment will turn towards Krishna. Devotees who are practicing their devotional services on the daily basis, they can really feel it that that heaviness is like going. We are becoming more and more lighter. Are you getting this? We are experiencing more and more liberation from all these whatever material things. Instead, the anchor is being more and more firmly fixed because they have structured the social order on the basis of sense gratification. Now, this is also true that instead of uh, making whatever that heaviness, instead of making it lighter, people are making it more heavier. They are actually firmly fixing it. Is it not? See, whatever we are doing, if you just practically ponder upon this, that whatever we have been doing when we were not in Krishna consciousness, then we were engrossing more and more in material things only. Like I was habitual of purchasing lots and lots of outfits and all, clothes and all. So I'm really observing this right now that the more I was purchasing, the more desire. I was desiring more to get more clothes, more outfits, more. So this shows that whatever we are doing and it is for our sense gratification, then we will get fixed, more and more fixed in all those material things, sense gratification. And on the other hand, if we are doing something for Krishna in association of devotees, then we will get more and more fixed in our devotional services. And we have been fixing ourselves already. We are now fixed that we will chant our 16 rounds in morning, no matter what. The very first thought comes in our mind is that we will chant our 16 rounds in morning. There is no any other thought. Or at 10:30 a.m., we will attend Gita class. And before that, we will consume prasadam. There is no any second thought, is it not? So see, we have not been practicing Krishna consciousness from so long, but then also we have been fixed. We are getting more and more fixed. So whatever we do, we become good in that. So now choice is ours. This sense gratifying social and political setup maintained by various plans and schemes has been described in Bhagavad Gita as follows. Now, there are these two shlokas. Let's discuss. We'll try to recite. काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमानमदान्वितः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा ग्राहान् प्रवरन्ते शुचिव्रतः काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमानमदान्वितः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा ग्राहान् प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रतः चिन्तां परिमेयां च प्रलयान्तामुपाश्रितः कामो भोगपरमा एतावदिति निश्चितः चिन्तामपरिमेयां च प्रलयान्तमुपाश्रितः कामो भोगपरमा एतावदिति निश्चितः. The demoniac taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. So, what is the meaning of this line? Same thing which we discussed right now, that the more people engross themselves in sense gratification. What does sense gratification means? Gratifying our own senses. And here in the shloka, it is clearly stated, insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige. False prestige is, I want to get fame. I want to become famous. And whatever, like, I want to fulfill my desires. Whatever desires coming in my mind, I will be fulfilling them. no matter what. Can you just observe this thing that whoever, that can be any person who is giving us any kind of trouble, it is because there is some hurdle in his or her sense gratification. There is no any other reason of him, whatever, however he is behaving. There is no any other reason of him behaving in awkward way with us. The only reason is that there will be any hurdle in his sense gratification. So Lord Krishna is saying those people demoniac, who instead of taking shelter of Krishna, they are taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned. All of these things makes us more and more illusioned. It illusions us more and more. Are always want to unclean work. What is unclean work? All the bad work, whatever bad habits people have, that is because of their bad deeds. Attracted by the impermanent, and you will see whatever things which are not permanent in this material world, they will always get attracted towards it. Towards it. This body is not permanent, and you will see how people are like they are just engrossed with this body. They just assume, they just identify themselves with this body. Is it not? So this is practical thing that whatever habits, whatever activities we perform, if we are performing bad activities which will lead to bad habits, then we will get engrossed more and more in this material world. I have seen many people, like many old age people, who are still engrossed. They are just engrossed in whatever house they have, whatever properties they have. They are just engrossed with this body. We want to eat this, we want to eat that. Isn't this really a great anxiety to live like this? To identify ourselves with such things. If you will ponder a little of the past activities and whatever have been happened in past, you will find that you are actually feeling so much liberated already, because now you are no more practicing all those things. And even now also, if you are practicing something which is not pleasing to Krishna, then you are actually not liking it. You're doing it with disinterest. Any person, he might be doing it because of his past sanskar, but still you will see that this process of Krishna consciousness is very, very potent, that anyone who will follow it, all of these things, all of these bad sanskars will get deduct, and it will be all removed one day. It will get all removed one day. Their belief is that to gratify the senses unto the end of life, until their death, till their death, they just want to gratify their senses more and more. End of life is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, there is no measurement for their anxiety. This is the only reason of anxiety, actually. You just think about this. Last time, whenever you were in anxiety, the reason was not Krishna. The reason was not your devotional services. Bad anxiety, I'm talking about. Bad anxiety. The reason was sense gratification. Is it not? So people who are not spiritual at all, like, yes, there are many people, you will find many people who do not practice spirituality anymore. Or even if they are practicing some spiritual stuff, then they are not aware about those things, that why they are even doing it. We were also like this, at least me. Whatever I have been doing, I was just doing it aimlessly. And my intention was not to please any demigod or god. I was just doing it because my family member was telling me to do that. There was not any aim that why am I doing it. You will find people worshipping Krishna, but if they are not accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality, then that is also offense. You will find many people worshipping a deity of Lord Krishna. You will find many people having Laddu Gopalji in their house, but they are worshipping it, they are worshipping that deity as they worship demigods. So this is because of lack of knowledge. And until and unless people will not hear scriptures, they will never know the reality. And they'll be doing things aimlessly. And you will not see any visible transformations in their lives. So with this, we will stop our discussion here and we will continue it tomorrow if Krishna is willing. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.